Welcome to the Instagram stories for Wednesday, February 15th. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. We're going to do some quick Instagram news, and then we'll get into some TikTok news. The first piece of Instagram news is actually a feature that I have. I love when that happens. It's a new memories feature. You'll see a pop-up in your story. It says memory, and it has a clock with an arrow around it. And when you click on it, it says revisit stories that you shared around this date. Only you can see your memories unless you choose to share them. This links you to your story archive. If you're not familiar, if you have your story archive on, you can go back and look through a calendar of all the past stories you've made, as well as a map where you can see stories that you posted based on location, which is a pretty cool idea. This basically does what Facebook did a few years ago in reminding you of past memories and encouraging you to share those. Does it indicate that people are sharing on Instagram less, and therefore Instagram is prompting you to share memories that it wants you to be reminded of and that other people will probably like to see? I would say yes. Overall, Reels usage is up. A few weeks ago, I reported on a Wall Street Journal article that said Reels viewing was up 20%. However, compared with Instagram stories, which are down 10%, you realize how this memories feature is encouraging people to share things to their stories. I'll admit I got the pop-up, but I didn't see any memories that I was excited to share with my story, so I didn't. But you might feel otherwise. Let me know if you end up using this feature. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about a new way that TikTok wants to help creators to make money.
This episode is brought to you by Michigan Economic Development Corporation. In Michigan, you can have both a rewarding career and a quality lifestyle, with plentiful career opportunities in world-changing, innovating industries, from electric vehicles to clean energy to biotech, with room for advancement no matter where you are in your career. Plus, Michigan offers a welcoming, beautiful, affordable, and inclusive community for all. Live your best life. You can in Michigan. Visit themichiganlife.org.
And we're back. Okay, let's get into some TikTok news. The news source, The Information, is reporting that TikTok is developing a paywall feature that would let producers charge a small amount of money, for instance, $1 or a price of their choice, to access a given video. It's not clear how this system would work, but it would help influencers profit directly from the videos that they make. Before I get into the next part of the story, I just want to pause and say this is a really interesting concept. We used to call this micropayments or microtransactions. A few years ago, there was a lot of discussion. What if you wanted to read an article on the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal and there was a paywall, but it only cost you 5 cents to read or 10 cents to read? Would you do that per article? I never saw a system like that materialize, although you can, of course, buy monthly subscriptions to the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, or the Washington Post, or whatever. I think microtransactions, though, are something that can make sense if it's the right amount. Would I pay $1 to see a video from a creator who I like? Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. Unless it was somebody who I really, really cared deeply about each piece of content that they made, and I knew there was nowhere else that I could watch that content. Would I pay 5 cents? At that point, that's really a no-brainer. That's not really a lot of money. So I think it depends on what you consider to be good value for the money and if you really find that creator's content to be worth it. Let's get into the second part of this piece of news. TikTok is also considering revamping its creator fund because of complaints about low payouts. A couple of weeks ago, I talked about how creators had reported that they were earning extremely low amounts from TikTok's ad revenue sharing initiative. So it's nice that TikTok is working really hard to find ways for creators to make money. However, I still keep going back to the fact that these platforms earn a lot of money from ads, and they should be sharing those dollars with the creators. The platforms wouldn't be able to sell ads unless they had free content that people could open the app and see any time of day. So to me, that's more like a profit sharing model that should be a lot more common. TikTok already does have a program of revenue sharing, but it's only available to a very, very small number of top tier users. Here's to hoping that someone solves this problem once for all time. That's going to do it for today's show. Thanks so much for listening, and be sure to come back tomorrow for more Instagram news or TikTok news or social media strategy or something else that I find valuable and important, and I think you'll like too.
I'm not yet a member of the Instagram team, but my podcast covers many Instagram themes. But the name, image, logos are trademarks of Instagram and the LCC in the USA and every territory. Everything I publish independently. Until they let me run the team and start to pay my salary. Not sponsored or endorsed, no lies, no fallacy. I use their logo with permission, not malicious or callously. No trademark violation, filling all criteria. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Daniel Hill Media.